Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to Unparalleled Universe for another action figure review, and today we're taking a look at the Marvel Legends Caliban Build-A-Figure Wave Gambit from the X-Men, and I'm very excited about this figure. When I was a kid, Gambit was by far my favorite X-Men character. I loved him in the animated series, and I've always felt like we never really had too many good Gambit figures. I do like the Marvel Legends one, but aside from that, I feel like even as a kid, there wasn't really Gambit figures that I liked. I was always disappointed by those old school Toy Biz ones. But anyways, I'm very happy to have this guy. So let's get into it, starting with the packaging. It's the standard Marvel Legends packaging. You can see the figure. It's collector friendly. You're able to take the figure out of the package if you'd like, put them back in, display it, hang it up on the wall, whatever you want to do. And then on the side, you have some really nice looking artwork that I love. I think they're doing a great job with this artwork on this Caliban wave so far. And then on the back, you get some more artwork and then a look at all the characters that it takes to build Caliban. So yeah, very cool packaging, but let's get into it here. So now here we have Gambit out of the box, and he's a very nice looking figure. For the most part, it's a brand new sculpt. As you can see, the torso is new, the pelvis is new, the upper legs are new. You could see that these rectangles on the side of his legs are sculpted, which is very nice because they could have just painted that, but they went the extra mile and sculpted them. And then the boots are new because this style of boot is unique to Gambit, so that's cool. One thing that's kind of frustrating here is when you bend his leg, you could see the blue on the top of the joint there. But, you know, it is what it is. They had to make it one of these colors, so that works the best. And then on this side, the peg is pink. I could probably just hit that with the little black paint and be done with it. But yeah, just little things that kind of stood out to me. But yeah, I like the way this body looks a lot. It's a very nice sculpt. It's kind of slender but athletic, which is perfect for Gambit. And I would love to see them use this type of sculpt or something more similar to this on something like Daredevil. I think that would be great instead of the Bucky Cat body, which they've done in the past. But yeah, this looks really good. And the only reused parts we have here are the shoulders, the arms, and the jacket. And I know a lot of people kind of hate on this jacket, but it's kind of hard to blame Hasbro for using this jacket on Gambit because it works perfect. You know, it looks exactly like it should look. I think it looked really good on Multiple Man too. There's some other characters that they've used the jacket on that I felt like it didn't really work, like Phantom X. I think they should have used a different jacket for him, but you know, in Gambit's case it works, and it's kind of hard to think of like what they could have done different to make it unique for Gambit. I don't know, maybe they could have just sculpted it so it's kind of flying open like that. I don't know what they could have done, but you know, if you don't like the way it looks, you could probably put some hot water on it, get it to go like that, just to make it look a little bit different, you know. But yeah, I think this figure looks really, really great. I love the way this pink looks on his torso. It looks awesome. Really good stuff. And then you got the, I don't know if you want to call it like a belt thing, but this is sculpted. They put a lot of work into this Gambit body. Very, very cool. And then the arms are these improved arms that they've been using on this body lately. And I like this a lot better than the double joint that they used to have on it. Obviously, you're not going to get the same amount of movement, but you get more than 90. And it looks a lot better, so that's cool. And then for the hand here, you have this open hand that you could use to hold on to his cards in between his fingers there, and we'll look at that in a second. You have his iconic awkward gloves with just the 2 middle fingers covered and then the palm. Very cool. And then you got his facial expression. I think the facial expression is okay. Kind of has like a slight smirk, so that's cool. And then you have the red eyes that look great. And there's a little bit of stubble on his face. It's kind of hard to pick up on camera, but you could see it in person, so that's cool. And then the hair, I like the hair a lot. It's kind of switched to the side. You could use that for like really cool action poses. Good stuff. And then you have his weird little headband thing, his ears sticking out there. Really good stuff. And on this side, you just have a gripping hand that you could use to hold on to his staff that he comes with. But yeah, for the most part, I think the look on Gambit is very cool. And even though I think this jacket works, it would have been cool to have something that was a little more unique for Gambit, but it's just, I don't know, it's hard to think of what they could have done. I really wish they would have given him a soft goods jacket. I think that would have been dope. But as is, I am happy with what we have going on here. For the accessories, they did give us a couple of cool things, including this single energized playing card that has some energy flowing off the top, and it looks very cool when the light hits it, so that's awesome. But I do wish that they included one that had like an actual card in there rather than just a solid pink piece of plastic. And if you don't like that, you could always use the cards that came with the Marvel Select Gambit. And he also comes with this other effect that makes it look like he's throwing his cards, and these look very similar to the single card because you can't actually see a playing card in there. It's just a piece of pink plastic, and it's hard to even tell that it's pink here because of my lights, but it's definitely pink. Let's see if we can maybe catch it from a different angle. No, it looks like a weird white plastic, but it's definitely pink. Sorry about that. But yeah, it is very cool. I like the way that it attaches to his fingers, and you could get some... Oh, there we go. Oh, here we go. Now you can see the color. That's the actual color there. But yeah, anyways, with this hand, you do not have a hinge like you do on the other hand. So you need to be careful there when you're like plugging it in. If you like assume there's a hinge, you might bend it and break it or something. But yeah, I think this looks really cool. You could get some nice shots out of that. And his final accessory is his iconic staff, and this does look very cool, but it's pretty much just a plastic stick. There's nothing really special about it. He is able to grip onto it, even though the grip is a little loose right out of the box, so I did have to heat up his hand a little bit and, you know, collapse it so that he could get a tighter grip onto the staff. But it does look cool. There is some minor sculpted details on there, but nothing really special. But I think it serves its purpose, and I am happy with it. And that's his last accessory because he does not come with a Build-A-Figure piece, so you do not need to buy Gambit to build Caliban. And now for some size comparisons. Let's start it off with two characters that I guarantee you're going to want to have Gambit close to in your collection. Here we have the Marvel Legends Rogue and the Marvel Legends Bishop. Now here we have them with the Marvel Legends Tiger Stripe Wolverine and the Marvel Legends Deadpool from the Sasquatch Build-A-Figure wave. Here we have them with the Mezco 112 Collective Tiger Stripe Wolverine and the Mezco 112 Collective Standard Release Deadpool. Next up, we have them with Marvel Legends Cyclops from the Warlock Build-A-Figure wave and Jean Grey from, I think, the Hitmonkey wave from years ago. And they really need to update that figure. She's kind of starting to look out of date at this point, but I mean, she looks okay, but they could definitely do better these days. And then now here's Gambit alongside the Marvel Legends Weapon X from the Caliban Build-A-Figure wave and the Marvel Legends Multiple Man from the Apocalypse Build-A-Figure wave. And then lastly, here's Gambit alongside the Toy Biz Marvel Legends Gambit and the Marvel Select Gambit. And earlier when I mentioned that there wasn't that many good Gambit figures, I forgot all about the Diamond Select one. I like that figure a lot too. That's a really good Gambit figure. He's not perfect, but he's very cool. And yeah, I'd say that this new Marvel Legends one is a lot better than the Toy Biz one. I'll always love the Toy Biz one. I've had it forever. I was so excited when that one came out, and it's a good figure, but this new one is definitely a huge improvement. For articulation, the head is on a ball joint, so you get some side-to-side movement, some very slight tilting, but not much at all. And you could get him to look up to about right there, but then his jacket collar kind of stops it. And then he can look down to like right there. He could get his chin all the way down, so that's cool. And then for the torso, you have a mid-torso crunch, which is pretty nice. Look at that. Bam. That is pretty good. And then you have a waist swivel. Good stuff there. And then for the arms, you have ball jointed shoulders, so you could bring them all the way around. Bam. You could bring them out to the side. You have the upper bicep swivel. You have single jointed elbows. And even though they're single jointed elbows, they're still pretty good. You get a little bit more than 90. So, you know, I'm okay with that. And then you have a swivel at the elbow. And then for his hand, you have a hinge and a swivel. Then on this side you have the opposite style hinge, which goes up and down. I always call it the vertical hinge there. So that's cool. And then this also has a swivel, so that's pretty cool, so that you could get him to pose him holding his staff in a bunch of different ways. Awesome stuff. Let's see here. The legs can go out to the side to about right there. Pretty decent amount. They can go... They can't really go back too much. Even if they could, the jacket would get in your way. Let's see how far they could kick up. You could get them to kick up to like right there. That's pretty good. You get some double jointed knees, lower leg swivel, rocking ankles. You could go forward to right there, come up to right there. So yeah, really good articulation on Gambit. And I noticed with Hasbro lately, they've been making figures that have the ab crunch and the diaphragm joint, and I kind of wish that Gambit had that here. I like that setup a lot, the double jointed torso situation that DC Icons used to do, and now the new Marvel Legends Beast has, and then the Hasbro Power Rangers look like they're gonna have that setup too. So hopefully they start putting that into more Marvel Legends figures. I think Gambit would have benefited from that. But yeah, as is, I'm happy with the articulation. They did a good job with it. And if you absolutely hate the jacket and you can't live with it, you could always take the jacket from the Mezco 112 Collective Old Man Logan figure. And it does look a little bit big on Gambit because Mezco figures are a little thicker than Marvel Legends. I think it does look cool, and it is very nice to have a jacket with the bendy wire in it. You could do all kinds of different things if you'd like. And you could also replace the arms and maybe add some arms with some double jointed elbows. I didn't do that. I didn't want to go through the trouble. So right now, his arms look a little bit bigger than they would if you put some different arms in there, because it's the arms that he came with, and obviously they're the sleeved arms, so they're a little bit bigger. But yeah, if you wanted to, you could throw some double jointed elbows on there, and that would be pretty cool. It fixed two of the problems with this figure. But yeah, I think that looks great. It's just kind of an expensive option. Okay, so overall, I like this figure a lot. I think that Hasbro did a really good job with it. I like the fact that they pretty much gave us a brand new sculpt for Gambit, other than the arms and the jacket. And yeah, of course, it would have been nice if they could have found a better way to, like a more unique jacket to give us for Gambit. But, you know, it is what it is. This is the jacket that they use. It works, and I'm fine with it. I would have preferred soft goods, but that's not something that they do, so it is what it is. But yeah, aside from that, there's nothing on this figure that stands out to me as a huge flaw. I do wish that he had a butterfly jointed shoulders. I thought they were going to try to get that in there for him somehow, but they did not. But I think that would have been nice to get him into like these card throwing poses. But you could still get him into some pretty good ones with the shoulder joints that it has. And yeah, this is by far my favorite Gambit figure that I own. I don't have the Revoltech version. That one just kind of looks a little too crazy for me. I'm very familiar with how the Revoltech joints and figures work and stuff like that, and sometimes I'm willing to go through the hassle of getting, I mean, not the hassle, but I'm willing to put the work into a Revoltech figure to enjoy it. But I don't know, for Gambit, it just wasn't catching me like that. Same thing for Captain America, the Revoltech Captain America figure. You know, I love Cap, but I just couldn't get myself to get that figure. But yeah, as it is right now, this is my favorite Gambit figure, and I am looking forward to seeing the Mezco one. I think that one will be amazing too, but it's probably going to be one of those things where it's a really cool looking figure. It looks great. It's gonna be awesome on the shelf. It's gonna have like a light up accessory or something crazy like that, but it'll probably make me nervous messing with it because I'll be afraid to damage it. You know how it is with Mezco. But anyways, I think this is my go-to Gambit. This will probably be the one that I'll take with me places and always be messing with and stuff like that. So maybe the Mezco one will be for the shelf and this one will be for the hands, you know. Yeah, I think that's it. So thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff, and thank you very much. Peace.